It's a death row pardon, 2 minutes too late. And isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride when you've already paid. It's the good advice that you just didn't take. And who would have thought it figures? Mr. Play It Safe.
30 years ago this week, Alanis Morissette released her third album called Jagged Little Pill, produced by Glenn Ballard. It had 4 top 10 hits, received 9 Grammy nominations, and won Album of the Year, and is one of the best-selling of all time.
Music journalist Selena Fergasi is taking a look back at where that album stands as an influence on younger female performers, with details on how it all got made. Her book is Alanis, 30 Years of Jagged Little Pill. Selena, thanks for being here. I can't believe that's 30 years ago on June
30
13th.
years this Friday. It's incredible.
And she was only 21
She was
when that
21.
came out?
She had just turned 21 when this came out. So she wrote it when she was 20.
Wow. And so talk about her influence on, everyone talks about who she was this man-hater, or everyone thought it was, what about Dave Coulier and all of her songs? You don't know. Is that all wrong? And tell us about.
Kind of. I mean,
Okay.
it was Alanis's decision to really start with You Ought to Know. Even though it was an angrier song, it had more passion, she said, I want to hook people in and then bring them into all the other emotions on this album. And there's a whole gamut. She's not just an angry young woman. She's a woman in love. She's a woman dealing with perfection. There's a lot.
She didn't want ironic on the album. Is that true?
She did not want ironic on
Why
the album.
not?
She didn't think it was strong enough, and she to this day now has been known for getting the word connotation wrong. So.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because
We all think of ironic.
they're not really ironic.
Coincidence.
That's true.
But talk about her manager. Back in that time, I forget that Lilith Fair, which was all
Right.
women artists, were touring. She wasn't on that tour. It had something to do with her manager?
Yeah, he didn't want to keep that ongoing image of her as an angry young woman, so he purposely did not have her book on that fair.
That's interesting.
We were just talking yesterday. Whatever happened to Vanessa Carlton, Michelle Branch? I would imagine they were influenced by her.
So many were influenced by her. If you look even today at Taylor Swift, at Olivia Rodrigo, all of these, Halsey, Katy Perry searched out her producer, Glenn Ballard. They were all highly influenced by her.
Wow. And was she the first woman to do the songwriting and to really be this? No, she couldn't have been the storyteller, but what was different about her? And we're thinking back on, other artists in the 60s.
Yeah, she wasn't the first, of course.
Yeah.
And even in her era, there was Tori Amos, there was Bjork, there was PJ Harvey.
Right.
There was Liz Phair from Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
But Alanis, I think, was the first to go commercial with it. And I think part of that is because she was a pop star in the past. So she had a way of writing songs that were very commercial, yet she was very raw. So she brought that combination together.
And then it turned into a Broadway play
It
not
did.
too long ago.
Yeah.
Was she all on board with that right from the get-go?
No, it took 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah, she said, I don't want this to be a biopic. I don't want it to be a timepiece from the 90s. I want this to be relevant to today's audiences. So it took 7 years to find Diablo and put all the pieces together.
Yeah. Talk about the themes in her writing in that album, which I think I just assumed it was her first album because that's the first I had heard of her in 1995.
Yeah, in America, we didn't get those first 2 albums from Canada. So, of course, that was kind of her debut here. But there's so much. I mean, she talks about dealing with issues of being a Catholic and not really aligning with the values there, of being a perfectionist. It was a long-term, a long life issue of hers. Relationships. It really is just a portrait of young people in their lives in their 20s.
And what has she been up to now? Has she done a lot of albums since then? I don't follow, and I'm sure she might have done 25, and I'm just not paying attention. So tell us what she's been doing.
Yeah, she's done almost a dozen more. And so the last one came out just a few years ago. She was at Pitchfork Festival last year. So she's still very active. Nothing to the extent of Jagged Little Pill, but she's still active.
Did she have any top 40 hits after Jagged Little Pill?
She had a few. She had, there's a song off Under Rug Swept. I'm blanking on the name right now. But there were a few after that, but nothing of the ilk of Jagged Little Pill.
I would assume when you're 21 and an album like that goes 33 million copies. It was making selling like 1 million albums a month.
It was.
That's the follow-up to that. The pressure's got to be unbelievable, right?
It's crazy. She had to actually take a year off and go to India. And that's where the songs like Think You came from, that was a #1 hit of hers, where she got the inspiration to want to be a songwriter again. She went on quote saying she didn't smile for 2 years. The trauma of Jagged Little Pill was just so much. She was burnt out,
And I know certainly she's got other projects and you can do other things, and I didn't think about this when I was 25, but when you're 50, the radio doesn't want you anymore for some reason. Is that fair? And is that, not that it's fair, but why is that? Isn't good music good music?
I think in her case, though, she's the anomaly. I think radio really kind of started her career. K-Rock in LA took a chance on her before she even had a real single.
Yeah,
and
but
radio
now
stuck by her.
she's got to be 50 years old, right?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
And so is anybody playing, any radio stations playing music by 50-year-olds?
I mean, they're playing her music still. I just heard on XRT at the store the other day, but not any of her newer music.
Not her newer music.
Yeah.
That's my point.
It's a problem, for sure.
But that's a problem for everyone.
For everyone.
Right?
Radio's
Unless
a
you're
fickle
Paul
business.
McCartney or,
Especially women. There's a lot of ageism with women in the music industry, sadly.
Well, it's fascinating. It's called Alanis, 30 Years of Jagged Little Pill. You can see Selena. She's having a conversation about this book. It's June 30th. Where are you going to be?
At G-Man Tavern.
Oh, nice. Yeah. All right. Well, you can go see her in Wrigleyville. Nice to meet you, Selena. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.